Hey everybody, Flip and Danny here, founders of the Freedom Real Estate Group family of companies, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, which is called
Freedom Through Passive Income.
That's right, and welcome to another episode, and this episode is called Motivational Monday.
Pushing through the tough times.
That's right. We just got the title like 2 seconds ago. Pushing through the tough times.
We were brainstorming like 3 different titles as we recorded this.
I was going to say 2 of the other ones, so that's okay, good.
So what we're going to talk about today is what we were brainstorming about the title.
Right.
It's about those times when you are just literally so frustrated, so overwhelmed, so burnt out, so everything that you just want to give up. You want to quit. And there is times in life where that happens personally, professionally.
It's because it's easy.
Yeah, it is. It's the easy button, is to go, I'm done.
Yep.
And I can't tell you how many times during the course of us building our businesses that I was the one that was like, I quit. You guys take over. I'm done. I really don't think I ever would have said I quit if I thought you guys wouldn't take over, because I hated the idea of not continuing. I just didn't want to be in charge anymore, because I was just tired and I was hitting the wall. And so there's times like that, and that everybody has. And I think talking about those things so that everybody knows, hey, I'm not alone. That's number one, because sometimes you feel alone. Like everybody else is doing great, you know. The Facebook happy, which I always get mad when people say Facebook's a highlight reel, because you do like to celebrate the wins, and we too so often are our worst enemy when it comes to criticizing ourselves, right? That it's a good thing to throw it up on Facebook and say, hey, I'm celebrating something special, because you usually don't do that. And then other people celebrate with you. At least that's the idea. But I understand the idea that you also can look on Facebook and think everybody's life is perfect, and that you're alone in the idea that I want to quit, or I want to give up, or I'm frustrated and I'm going to just walk away and do something else. So because we've experienced this so much, we actually have a few solutions that we wanted to share with you on our Motivational Monday.
That's right.
So let's remember all of them because we talked through them and so we don't have notes. So the very first one, okay, so many times when I got into this mindset, it was at night, right? It's been a really, really long day, a really, really hard day. People are still pinging me. There's still issues. And I'm at wit's end. And I'm like, forget it. You guys take over. I quit. I can't keep going like this. I'm just killing myself. And the solution to that was always me having a good night's sleep and waking up in the morning and going, all right, I'm fine. So I would say, don't make any rash decisions in a day or an evening. It takes some time to really, think it through and decide if that's really what you want to do. Most of the time it's said out of anger, said out of frustration. It's said just when you're in the heat of the moment, right? So make sure that you're saying it in a room of trusted people. I said it with you and Tina, who were my 2 trusted people whenever I was going crazy. So that's one solution. And the second solution is, because I know you're going to tackle the third, the second solution is surrounding yourself with people who will encourage you and support you. And for me, that was you and Tina. That was also my masterminds, right? I would jump into the masterminds going, and I knew that this is a trusted circle, that they're in the same business and they experience the same things. And it's where you can jump on Facebook and just, scream and yell and feel like I'm amongst, peers who are going through what I'm going through, and they're going to help lift me up. So I think that's solution number 2, is just always being surrounded by people who will encourage you and get you through those hard times. And the third one was the quote we talked about right before pressing record. And so I was thinking of a different quote. So this quote was yours. So I'm going to let you go through it and then talk about, another one of the things that you had mentioned. Right.
So the quote is, if I quit now, I will soon be back to where I started. And when I started, I was desperately wishing to be where I am now. And it's so true. And it's the, we always talk about it. I know that I've said it probably a bazillion times, which is an actual number, since we started the daily podcast. But I've always talked about the never giving up and the 3 feet from gold. And how much it changed me, because that really did change everything for me. Because that told me, no, don't quit. You could be an inch, you could be a centimeter, you could be 5 feet, you could be, it could be right there, and just one more click of the hammer, and all of a sudden everything falls down, and there you are. You're right where you want to be.
That's right.
You know, so you just don't know, and so you just keep plugging on. You know, the never give up. I think Nike took that one, but it's just, you know, just don't stop. You know, that's the hard part, and don't make decisions like you were talking about. Don't make decisions when you're red.
Yeah.
Because that's going to most likely not be the right decision.
Yeah.
And so, but like you said, you know, being around the trusted people. I mean, I remember when we first got to the masterminds, and all of a sudden you're just like, I'm going to talk to them and see what they, and half them already went through it.
Yeah.
You know, and said, oh, Danny, no problem. Here's what you need to do. And we're like, oh, my hair's on fire. And they're like, no, all you got to do is this.
That's right.
You know, so it's perspective.
Yes.
So, but that's the biggest thing. And again, like we talked about on the negative thoughts episode that we just did like yesterday or the day before, whatever it was. You know, it's always keeping a positive mindset, and just don't give up. Just keep one foot in front of the other.
That's right. And so, like, I always try to remember to, like, apply this to our journey of freedom through passive income, right? So I think this comes down to, there are many times where we could relate this to our journey in terms of getting to that passive income point, getting to that freedom number, that we first just wanted to achieve that one thing before we went on to what's the next thing, right? And it goes also back to gap in the gain. It's looking how far that you've come, not looking at the finish line, because the finish line is always going to be there, and or it's going to keep on moving, because as you grow, you are inspired to set new goals.
Exactly.
So I think that it's really important that you judge yourself based on how far you've come, and then you take the small steps of figuring out what's the next thing that you can do. That's really, really simple, right? That, oh, tomorrow I can do this. I'm really happy I've gotten this far, right? That's the way to turn that negative thought, switch your bracelet to the other arm, turn that negative, I'm really grateful for how far I've come, right? This is awesome. And I'm so grateful to have this team around me, or to have these people who are teaching me, you know, things that I wouldn't know otherwise. And I think that's the negative thought turnaround. So you can flip the script, and then give yourself an action that's small, that gets you towards the goal, so that you can keep on moving, because you don't want to land back where you started, because that's throwing away every single day of effort. And I think that's really one of the things that always pushed me through, is like, we just took like years. We spent years. So we were really going to throw that away. And it wasn't we. Am I going to throw that away? Because I was the one getting crazy frustrated. So I think it's a good lesson.
You're like, I'm quitting. I'm like, whatever.
I'll see you in the morning.
Night.
Love it. Well, we hope this helps.
Yeah. Well, and we hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you're heading on over to freedomcapitalinvestments.com to join the Investor Club. Like I said, every day we've got a lot of stuff going on before the end of the year. So make sure you're getting into that Investor Club. Make sure you're talking to Ben and or CJ to find out all the fun things that we've got going on.
Yes.
But we like to end all of our episodes with
invest smart.
Live happy.
Bye everybody.
Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on the show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit and loss.